It is the announcement we brought to you just yesterday, right here at 4 o'clock. Maryland Governor Larry Hogan announcing that he is battling cancer.
Governor Hogan's family, friends, and staff were right by his side as he talked about the fight ahead. Tonight, we're learning more about a well-known organization providing a support network for cancer patients.
In fact, we're talking about the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Joining us now is Beth Gorman. She's the executive director, and it's good to have you with us this afternoon.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it, and certainly our hearts and our help go out to Governor Hogan and his family and friends.
When you heard that announcement yesterday, you knew immediately that the awareness is going to go up 100-fold for your organization.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is the type of thing you never want to see happen to someone, but certainly this has raised a lot of awareness of the things that we're doing, certainly to help find cures and better treatments for patients and families and to support them along the way. And we're certainly there to support Governor Hogan and the millions of Americans that are fighting a blood cancer.
Can you elaborate on that support?
Sure, absolutely. I'd love to. Our organization really is here to find cures, but also access for patients, and that's a big part of our mission. A couple of things that we do is we have an information resource center, which is staffed with trained professionals there to answer questions about their disease, questions that they might want to ask of their doctor, to work on clinical trials, find out more information about that, and that is available to any and all caregivers and patients. We also have a First Connection program where we will connect a newly diagnosed patient with someone that has actually walked in their shoes and been through that diagnosis and come out on the other end. We have education programs, and all of these services are free to any of our patients and caregivers that need more information.
So Governor Hogan is just one person who's announcing that he's battling cancer. There are hundreds every day. What are the three things, if you had three of the most important things that somebody or a family or support group should know, what can they do to help somebody who's going through this fight?
Yeah, that is a great question. I think number one is to call them, to reach out to them, to let them know you're behind them, to offer your support in any way that you can. I think number two is to make sure they know about the services of LLS or another organization that we are here to help. That is our job. And number three is, I think, just to be there through the long haul. These diseases do not discriminate, and they're a long journey for many patients and families, and I think that's the thing. It's not just the beginning, but for many of them it takes years and years.
A cancer diagnosis is almost always very scary, and hearing the governor talk about this particular non-Hodgkin lymphoma being aggressive, and he seemed scared with his tears. What can you tell us about the survival rate?
You know, here's the thing. There are 70,000 people diagnosed with this typical lymphoma, this type of lymphoma every year. There's 760,000 people living with this or in survival from this particular diagnosis. I think the thing is people need to remember is it is scary. A cancer diagnosis is scary. But the good news is with this type of lymphoma, people are responding well to the treatment. It's treatable. I mean, every patient's different. Every patient is different, and they need to chart their own course. However, patients are responding well to the chemo with this typical type of lymphoma.
Real quick, in the last few seconds we've got, how do people find you? How do they find your group?
That is a great question. We would love to hear from anyone. Our website is www.lls.org. That's the best place to find us. We have our information resource line there, and also anyone that wants to get involved with their local chapter, that information is there as well.
Fantastic.
All right, Beth Gorman with LLS. Thanks so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being with us.